Hey everybody, I'm just Fails and welcome back to the Basilborne server, where in the last video we improved our mounting by a fair bunch by adding basically a lot of texturing to the side of the mountains. Basically replace all of the dirt that's still up there, and yeah, we replace it with andesite, some grey concrete, obviously the mossy cobblestone as well, and also just a little bit of deep slate as well, just to get a little bit of that sort of darker sort of shadow going. And yeah, it has turned out very, very nicely. If we have a quick little flyby, as you can see, it is looking very, very well indeed. And yeah, that's going to be the theming for the rest of the mountain. I have been sort of struggling to focus on getting this massive terraforming project sort of all complete, but eventually it will all be complete. I'll get it done at some point, I promise. With that being said, what are we aiming for today? Finally shying away from all of the terraforming and texturing projects, and we're going to be working on something very, very brand new for our base, and that is going to be a brand new sort of rail infrastructure project, which I'm very excited to start designing and start building inside of Basilborne. So let's head into a creative design world. Very bare bones at the moment, but this is sort of the idea that I have. It needs a lot more work to it, but I just wanted to show like a very early picture of sort of what's going through my mind. And yeah, obviously these pillars, support pillars will be, you know, throughout the rail. Let's get some texturing, because obviously all one block doesn't look too great. Let's get a second pillar in as well, just so we can see how it all connects. So I've been up a little bit now. As you can see, I went with this sort of design then between the two poles, sort of arch design, a little bit of a subtle arch, not too crazy. And obviously it's looking bad right now because we haven't got any texturing, but in terms of the actual like design itself, it is going pretty. I've only worked on this side so far, and I thought if I had this idea of having these sort of rings where the supports are, and then we can sort of run electricity through this area, right? And that will sort of power the trains. And yeah, I am really liking it. I like this little pathway here, so I extended this by one. I like this little pathway here. So theoretically we could build a train that's like about this wide, right? About 3 wide in total. Oh, super thin train, so it has to be like a 1 wide walkable area, nice stand area. But theoretically we could build a train like that. Obviously it won't be fully functional. I do want to be this to be like at least somewhat functional, right? So I think we'll just keep the mine carts there. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe we will. I don't know, maybe some like monorail thing. I don't know, because obviously if we build anything, it's going to be like 1 block above. So I don't know, maybe I'll keep the mine cart. But yeah, this is what I've gone with so far. But it's definitely time to get in some of the copper and maybe some of some dark oak or spruce as well. And a couple of hours later, so I've changed my mind a lot, and instead of going back to like a functional railway, even though that would be cool, I'm going to shelf that sort of project or that idea for now, and I'm going to build a sort of double monorail system. Obviously it's all mismatched at the moment, so don't worry about that. Yeah, these two the grindstones, those are going to act as sort of, I need to figure out how to turn this on its side, so then it looks like it's rolling across. I don't know if that's possible, but the idea, right, is to have like a circle through here and then another sort of circle on top, and that'll act as like 2 channels for a monorail. And I feel like that will look really well. Obviously it's not gonna be fully functional, unfortunately, but I think the visual aspect of it will look really nice. Yeah, I just want to give a little bit of an update, so what I'm working on. And yeah, let me show you what it looks like with the 2 circles in. How crazy can we get? Okay, the madness has been constructed, and this is sort of what I mean with the double ring design. So 1 monorail will sort of fit through this tube, and then the one on top as well, because I want to build a monorail that you can actually like the monorail train to actually like walk in and sort of at least somewhat functional, right? Yeah, that is the idea. Then I might thicken this up? I'm not too sure. So yeah, that would require lifting this circle up by 1, right? Just so it's like double thick. But I kind of like it sharing like one singular hole as well, right? There's going to be 3 wides. There's going to be, yeah, 1 block on each side, just to obviously give it a little bit more of a structural integrity. Because that's what I try to do with my builds, is add a little bit of structural integrity. So yeah, this is the madness that I thought of then. But yeah, give me some time to build this up, build a second support ring further out, and get some detailing in. Now enjoy me trying to figure out the armor poser mod. Okay, let's mess with you. That'll do, right? I think. I don't know. Alright, how does that look? Oh wait, no, it needs to be the other way. Oops, Daisy, did the wrong way around. It should be the other way. Oh my god. Okay. So anyway, yeah, this is what I'm thinking, right? Because on the server, we have the armor stand, like, poser mod, and the model applier mod, so we can, well, attach any object to, like, the head of the armor stand, for example, and then we can edit the armor stand to get where we want. And I think, genuinely, this might be the ticket here. Well, this is a little bit of an example. Obviously, we'll do it on wherever we built the train, right? Oh, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so it's like there's 0.3. Yeah, okay, same scale. Is that, there we go, that's perfect. But yeah, I'll play around with this. I just wanted to show the idea that I had for this, right? Just realized as well, I need to rotate this the other way. Otherwise, there we go. Now it actually looks like it can roll across and act as like a monorail like wheel thing. I don't know how to build monorails. And while watching the NASA live stream, so a lot of time has passed, and yeah, I think I'm at a point where I'm quite happy with this structure. There's not even like a main, like, the main focus of this project. This is just like the support lines between. I think it's at a point where I'm quite happy with it. And if I look at it anymore, I'll end up just hating it with like all the other builds that I construct. Very happy with this. Let's just figure out how on earth we're going to design the train. It is now the next day. Okay, so it's taken me a fair few hours just to get to this point. Don't mind the rail not lining up properly. I definitely didn't build it to low down. Yeah, so I'm working on this little locomotive for the monorail, right? And obviously it's gonna be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, sorry, than the tube. How smaller is? Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't want it to like go right to the edge, because I would like to have like at least a little bit of space around the edge of the loop so it'll nice fits through. But anyway, yeah, decided to design the locomotive for the monorail. So yeah, I just want to give a little progress update to what it is. This is what I've got so far. Mind the shelf noise. We even have a fan. It's literally the same fan that we used for the clock tower. Yeah, I think it looks good. I'm using the acacia trapdoors with a couple blocks behind it, and I think it looks good. I've decided to use as well the mangrove logs because I haven't actually used that wood type before. Yeah, it looks quite nice. It's still sort of steampunk theme, right? Obviously, a lot more work needs to be done, but yeah, this is what I've got so far. Okay, so for the most part, the locomotive is all done. You can see here I tried. Well, I say try. In the process of adding in the main sort of carriage. And I think this is how, I'm going to go do one carriage. This is how big is going to be the monorail. So it's incredibly inefficient. It's a locomotive to passenger ratio. Really happy with it so far. And yeah, this is a weird sort of combination of blocks, isn't it? So the mangrove, the polished deep slate, and the dark oak. But I feel like it works. It obviously needs details, like a little bit more details and stuff. Like, it works. It actually does work. And it sort of goes in with the with these pillars here, right? Maybe I need to add a little bit of tuff in, I don't know. Yeah, it looks well. It looks like a part of this building, which I quite enjoy. Let me get the carriage structural built, and then we'll have a look at it again. and then see about any details around the exterior. Then obviously we'll work on the interior. Let's see the final design. So I have went a little bit overboard from the last clip, and I thought, you know what, I'll just get all the details in before recording the next segment. And yeah, I am very happy with this. Let's get the fans rolling as well. There we go. Well, I'm gonna replace you with copper. There we go. Waxed copper, I should say. There we go. Let's have a look here. It just looks like a missile, doesn't it? I am extremely happy with this. I don't know how I've managed to pull this out of the bag. Yeah, I've added the copper bulbs, a little bit of a light feature on the exterior of the monorail, and a bunch of, yeah, just a bunch of little details, just to make it a little bit more interesting. I might put something here, I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm a massive fan of these tough brick stairs. Like, without it, it looks like really bland, but with it, it just, I don't know, it looks a little bit more of a round shape, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like it's just held together a little bit more. And yeah, I'm really liking it. I've split up the monorails for the connectors a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't look all in one place and looks a little bit weird. So I originally had these four here connected in the middle, but it's looked weird. Like, in my mind, there needs to be a connector like near the front and then the rear, and then it's like really stable. And then I've split this too, but split this up as well. And yeah, I mean, I am extremely happy with this. This is like fantastic. I don't know what else to say. This is just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. But now we have to build it on the Basilborne server, which we are going to do in the next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is a multi-part episode series with this infrastructure project. Next time we are going to at least start building the infrastructure, so the hoops, the monorail, and the train as well, at least around our base. We'll get it started because we also need to build the station as well, or the stations, and that will be part 3 of this sort of mini-series on Basilborne. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will be starting to get the resources and start planning out the route on stream over on twitch.tv/dasheryfails. Guys, wanted to check that out. Thank you guys for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. A nice little designing episode. I'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye.